Well, I arrived and put out corn in a nice line, almost pointed right towards my blind, in hopes that the hogs will come and get all lined up on the corn and I'll be able to make a shot and hit several of them at once. It's worked before. Of course, I've tried about 7 or 8 times. This is the view from the blind. There's the feeder, and there in the foreground is one of the turkeys that you'll see here in just a second. I arrived early and got to watch turkeys out doing what I wanted the hogs to do, getting lined up on that line of corn where I could make a shot and hit multiple animals at one time. Here, notice that I'm running on battery power right now. Both the Fusion Thermal Avenger 40 and Avenger 55XR will run on USB power. You can just take your power bank, plug it into the side of the scope, and you're good to go. That will run the scope. You can just unplug it and it'll run on the internal batteries without ever changing over. Here I'm actually running on the USB power, looking at this bobcat that's come in. I've sped up the video quite a bit. A little bit later I hope to be getting a shot with my TX-15 multi-purpose carbine enhanced from Lone Star Armory. I'm going to be using some maker tipped Rex 95 grain bullets from Druid Hill Armory that are loaded in the Starline brass. Finally, after about 5 hours, I had these 2 hogs come in, carpe sus. Could have been a sounder coming in, could have been these 2 boars. I've got both showing up on camera at weird times. I never know what's going to be coming in at what time. Sometimes these guys show up in the daylight, sometimes they show up at 2 o'clock in the morning, sometimes they show up at 8 o'clock in the evening. You never know. For some reason I'm on 5x power. That was from looking at animals earlier, and I stayed on 5x power. I don't know why. I should have been at 2.5 power. These hogs have actually come in and circled completely around the stand, passed by the stand, walked up onto the dam where this one is now, and notice he's doing the security check. Every time they stop, lift their head, sniff the air, and listen, something's not right in their world, or they're afraid something's not right, and they're trying to figure out what it is. I have no doubt they probably smelled me at some point, but they haven't gotten a good whiff of me. I'm several feet above them in elevation, and the wind isn't blowing directly towards them, but with all these trees, things are swirling. They're heading over to the close feeder. They've completely bypassed my line of corn, which I hope to get them lined up. That is out there at 100 yards on the far feeder. I'm okay with the closer shot. I prefer shooting at my zero distance at 100 yards, but this should work fine. I just need them to come out into the open and maybe get them side by side. And they're still pretty skittish. This one's still sniffing the air. And they are not in a hurry to get underneath the feeder and get corn. So I haven't sped any of this up. It's happening in real time. And it's killing me waiting to see what the hogs are going to do. And then for some reason right here, they're going to spook. And they don't have far to run to get into the trees, so I'm going to try taking the lead hog and picking up a runner. Lead goes down. Second shot looked like it might have connected. The third shot was definitely late. I was unable to find the hog, came back and searched during daylight, still unable to find that second hog, so it probably got away clean. There was no sign of blood or anything else. And as we're watching this hog go through its curly shuffle, do a quick scan looking to see if there's anything else in the area, and I see it kick up water. I know it's fallen in the water. So a little while later, drive around, there's that line of corn that I was hoping to be so successful. Sure enough, there he is. Fortunately, he didn't float out to the middle.
Brass Catcher by Tactical Brass Recovery.
This was the larger of the two, coming in at 125 pounds, and if you look closely on his nose right here, you can see where the shot entered, and you can see the point of aim on the right-hand side. Using the metal detector, found what remained of the bullet in the right side of the neck, and you can see that bullet fits in that nice little space. That's the hole that it came through before it was embedded under the skin. I didn't do anything resembling a real necropsy. Everything that you see in yellow I know to be correct. The stuff in orange is things that I think happen. So the bullet entered just below the left eye. I think it went through the lacrimal bone, the frontal sinuses. hitting the sphenoid bones beneath the brain, and then went out the back of the throat, went down into the neck. Somewhere along the way, all the petals got broken off. It stopped underneath the skin after about 12 inches of penetration. Carpe sus, my friends.